The mystery of the creation of universe has intrigued and puzzled humanity for a long time. Let us understand exactly how this universe was created and who was responsible for this creation as per Advaitha Vedanta. Advaita says that this universe was technically never created, but let us not go there yet. You will understand this better by the end of this video. Advaita literally means non-dualism. This teaching directly comes to us from the ancient Vedas, and it is considered as the ultimate knowledge by the Hindus. At first, we need to understand the concept of Maya. We can understand Maya by understanding its two attributes. One, Maya is a projection. It projects time, space, and causation, and through this, the entire universe. Second, Maya is misinterpretation. Basically, when most of us look at this universe being ignorant of the true nature of reality, the way we see and experience this reality is Maya. Hence, all of our suffering is due to Maya. In classical Advaitha Vedanta, there exist three primary theories or perspectives on reality. One, Srishti Drishti Vada. Second, Drishti Srishti Vada. And third, Ajata Vada. While these Sanskrit terms may seem intricate, their underlying ideas are very straightforward. It is important to understand that Vada translates to theory or perspective, Srishti translates to the world or creation, Drishti denotes consciousness, Jata means birth or creation, and adding the prefix a to Jata negates its meaning, making Ajata signify non-creation. Now let me elaborate on these concepts. 1. Srishti Drishti Vada. This says that the world is fundamental and gives rise to consciousness. This view aligns with the commonly held notion of the universe, where the universe existed first and life gradually evolved on Earth, eventually leading to human life and consciousness. In Western philosophy, this perspective corresponds to the realist view of reality and broadly aligns with the waking state. Second comes the Drishti Srishti Vada. This suggests that the consciousness is fundamental and consciousness gives rise to the appearance of the world. Similar to a dream, consciousness precedes the manifestation of the apparent dream world and the duality of subject and object within it. In Western philosophy, this is known as the idealist view of reality, and it corresponds to the dream state. This perspective is also closely related to Vivartavada, which asserts that both the world and the individual are illusory projections that simultaneously appear. According to Vivartavada, the world and the individual seem to manifest but do not truly exist, much like a dream. Third, Ajatavada. This presents a radical viewpoint, stating that there was never any creation at all and only the absolute exists. According to this perspective, the appearance of creation has never occurred. Ajatavada broadly corresponds to the deep sleep state, also to Turiya, the fourth state. In Vivartavada, it is proposed that Maya seems to exist but actually does not. However, Ajatavada takes this notion further by asserting that Maya never came into existence, not even as a mere appearance. The Ajata doctrine says nothing exists except the one reality. There is no birth or death, no projection or drawing, no seeker, no seeking, no liberation, nothing. The one unity alone exists ever. But for those who find it difficult to grasp and who say, how can we ignore this world that we see all around us, the dream experience is pointed out. And we can understand this in this way. All that you see depends on the seer. Apart from the seer, there is no seen. This is the underlying principle of Ajatavada. At this point, we also need to understand the three states of consciousness. This is very familiar to us and this is what we all go through. The first state of consciousness is the waking state. This is how we experience the world around us when we are awake. Now you're awake and you're watching this video. You are in the waking state of consciousness. Second is the dream state. This is when you sleep and when you dream different dreams. During this time, You're still conscious and you have different experiences. There are different people, there are different events, and there are different environments in your dream. This is the dream state of consciousness. Then there is something called as the deep sleep state. This is called as Sushupti in Sanskrit. And in the deep sleep state, you do not have any experience, but still consciousness remains. Since there is no objects that appear in the consciousness, it feels like nothing is there in the deep sleep state. But Vedanta says, even in the deep sleep state, when you do not experience any dreams, consciousness exists, because consciousness always exists and is fundamental, and it is existence itself. And Vedanta talks about a fourth state, which is Turiya, which is consciousness and consciousness alone. And this state is said to be the ultimate reality. Now, to understand all this better, let us see how Advaita Vedanta explains Maya and explains the creation process. There are basically 6 steps or 6 concepts that we need to look at. Let us now go through them one by one. 1. Brahman. Advaita Vedanta asserts that Brahman is the fundamental and ultimate reality. It is formless, timeless, and transcendent. It is beyond all attributes and limitations. Brahman and consciousness and God are all the same things as per Advaita Vedanta. So when Advaita talks about the God, it is talking about consciousness and nothing else. Second, projection of this universe. Through Maya, time, space, and causation is projected in the consciousness. And these 3 fundamental elements, which are time, space, and causation, become a framework for the rest of the physical universe to exist. And it is said in Vedanta that within space comes air, and air gives rise to fire, fire gives rise to water, and water gives rise to earth. In this way, the 5 fundamental elements are formed, and with which the rest of this physical universe as we see today is created. And this universe is also technically not created as per Advaita. This projection is not a deliberate act, but a natural expression of Brahman's inherent creative power. It is similar to a dream unfolding without the dreamer's conscious effort. Let us understand it in this way. Take the example of your own dream. All of us have dreams, and sometimes in dreams we are totally involved, and we dream without any conscious effort. We are also ignorant that we are in a dream. We experience the dream as reality. We are scared, we are happy, we have many experiences in the dream. Our mind projects different people, situations, environments, etc. for us to have these experiences. But it is only when we wake up from that dream, we realize that it was all a projection of our own minds. Every event, every person, animal, environment, everything was just a projection. Now understand this example carefully, because as per Advaita, this universe and our experiences are just that, a projection, Maya. We are actually pure consciousness, and that one consciousness is experiencing itself through this projection, through Maya. Me, you, this video, your screen, your house, and this entire universe is just a projection in consciousness. It is consciousness alone, just like a dream. Now let's look at the third concept, which are the levels of reality. Advaita Vedanta points 3 levels of reality. One is Paramarthika, which is absolute reality. This is consciousness. This is God. And this is the only thing that truly exists. Second is Vyavaharika, which is empirical reality or transactional reality. This is what we experience in our waking state. Our science, religion, theology, warfare, everything is just this, a transactional reality. And third is Pratibhasika. Our dreams and our imaginations can be looked at as Pratibhasika or apparent reality. Paramarthika represents the ultimate reality of Brahman or consciousness, while Vyavaharika refers to the everyday world of names and forms that we experience. Pratibhasika denotes the illusory reality, which is what we experience when we dream. The fourth element, the role of consciousness. Consciousness is considered essential in the creation of the universe. Pure awareness or pure consciousness is Brahman, is God. This pure consciousness reflects itself on Maya, giving rise to individual consciousness and the perception of the world. Fifth element is the cyclic nature. Advaitha Vedanta describes creation as a cyclical process. This universe goes through cycles of creation, preservation, and dissolution. During the dissolution phase, all individual forms and identities merge back into Brahman, only to be projected again during the subsequent cycle of creation. Sixth element is the illusion and self-realization. Advaita Vedanta teaches that the perceived separation and diversity in the world are illusory. By recognizing the illusory nature of the world and realizing our true identity as Brahman, we can attain self-realization or enlightenment. This liberation from the cycle of samsara allows us to transcend the illusory nature of universe and experience the ultimate truth of oneness with Brahman. Basically, when we disassociate ourselves from our identity as a personality or a mind-body unit and instead realize our true nature as consciousness and consciousness alone, we are said to be liberated or enlightened. It is important to note that the concept of creation in Advaita Vedanta differs from other philosophical and scientific perspectives. It places more emphasis on the illusory nature of the world and the ultimate reality of Brahman or consciousness. And Advaita does not give importance to explain the creation process through empirical observations, as it considers this as a lower reality. So this was all about how this universe was created as per Advaita Vedanta. I hope you found this video valuable. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to find more content like this. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.